Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2015 Mercedes-Benz GLK350. This GLK is currently showing just under 59,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll be taking you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior, as well as going over some of the more interesting features. Now, the first thing we'll cover here on the exterior is the beautiful color. It's got a really nice, almost sand brown, kind of a luxurious mocha color. I'm a really big fan in the sun. It really has this great metallic finish to it. And you can see largely the paint is in very nice shape. You can see a small ding just there on the hood. And this is just about the most brutal lighting for an imperfection like that. That'll show up easily, but in direct sunlight it's actually harder to see. So now we're making our way down the bodywork to look for any dings, dents, scratches, or irregularities. You can see a very small ding there. And make your way all the way to the rear. The rest of it looks nice. Taking a look at the 5-spoke silver wheels. Really nice condition here in the back. A little bit of wear on the center cap. You can see the Continental tires in nice condition as well. All of your chrome trim on the lower portion of both doors and on the window surrounds all looks great as well. And looking here at the front, presents very nicely as well. Looking at the front fascia, you'll find the headlights in nice condition. You'll find a beautiful contrast here in the front with that gorgeous silver and chrome grille piece. You do have some more chrome on the lower portions, like your fog lights and the lower splitter area just there. Hood emblem in very nice condition. And like I mentioned, the hood is in very nice shape, with the minor exception of that small ding we see there. Front wheel here on the passenger side looking very nice. Going in again very close to the bodywork. You will see some scratch marks running down this side of the vehicle. Relatively subtle though, as you can see it takes kind of a specific angle to get a good view of them. A couple more nicks here on the side. Make your way to the back. Looking at the wheel, finally in the rear, nice condition as we've seen with the others. And looking at the tailgate, we'll find all of your badging in nice condition. Of course, your GLK350 badging. And your 4Matic badge, of course, describing the all-wheel drive system. And the Mercedes emblem just there. Looking a bit lower, we have this nice chrome diffuser area with a couple of nicks right there in the rear. And 2 chrome exhaust pipes that present very nice. So let's take a look at the interior now, where you'll find this brown paint on the exterior paired very nicely with a beige and black setup here on the interior. I'm actually going to try to drop down that headrest so it's a bit more even. There we go, that looks nicer. As we can see, looking at the driver's seat, only some small wear on the outer portion of the lower bolster, but largely the driver's seat presents very nicely. And same can be said for the passenger seat. Presents nicely and it's holding even color. And it looks nice with the rest of the spec. As it is very cold outside, I'm going to waste no time in firing up the engine. As you can see, fires up without any hesitation. Looking at the gauge cluster, no strange lights, all presents well. Look at the dashboard. It's all in great condition, black leather. Looking a little bit lower, this wooden trimmed dashboard. It's in great condition all the way across. We also have some wooden trim on both door cards. You have those silver door handles matching with those gorgeous rounded off climate vents there. Steering wheel, very nice condition, and we can see black leather perforated on the sides and solid on the top and bottom. If I look back here, I can turn on the heated steering wheel, as we can see, and that works immediately and is a very nice feature to have. All of your controls present very well, and they all function as intended. You also have your gear selector paddles for down and up gears just there, as well as your drive selector just there on the column, as Mercedes loves to do. The steering wheel is fully power operated, as you can see telescoping towards me, and away from me. Also down and back up. That all functions great. You can see your display. If you see any flickering, that's only due to the camera, but the display works great. Looking a little bit lower, you have your basic infotainment control area. You have your media control, your phone pad there. You also have heated seats for both front occupants and your transmission mode selector there with Eco and Sport. A little bit lower, we have the climate control, currently blowing very hot air. Really nice thing to have here, and it works perfectly. Looking a bit lower, you have some more of that wooden trim with a nice roll-away cover, and as you'll see, this one works perfectly fine, where we'll find some storage, a power outlet, and an ashtray, which to my knowledge has never been used. When we got the car, it was very clean, no odors in this interior whatsoever. Looking a bit further back, you have your controlling dial there for your infotainment system. Again, the flickering is only due to the camera, so don't worry about that. You'll see if I change lenses, it goes away right away. You have a couple of cup holders as well as a split storage area just here in the center with some nice brown leather, or black leather, pardon me, to match the rest of the interior. Last thing I'd like to point out is just above my head, I have this massive dual glass panel roof. I have a full power operation here above my head. I can easily close both of these covers with one touch. You see they find their home perfectly fine, and they'll do the same when I open them simultaneously as well. Also, this roof above my head can be opened up. Pardon me. I only tap the button. But as you can see, roof can be opened right up and closed just the same. Operates exactly as it should. Drops down, seals into place just fine. But next up, let's take a look under the hood where we can see what powers the GLK350. I'll meet you there. Alright, so as you can see, we're here under the hood of the GLK350 where we see the 3.5 liter V6 idling happily. This engine produces a little bit over 300 horsepower, which is a really nice figure in a car like this, a relatively small SUV. That amount of power is plenty to get you down the road in an enjoyable way, never inconvenient, you're never lacking for power. The transmission is really well tuned. It always knows what gear you want to be in. It's a really nice driving experience, just as you find in a C-Class with this motor or an E-Class with this motor. They all have a similar feel, and there's a very good reason Mercedes has used this motor in so many different platforms across their range. So it's really good to see it here. You'll also get, mid to mid-high 20s for MPG out of this V6, and as far as Mercedes powertrains go, we found them to be very reliable. Next up, we'll move to the second row of seating. Now, I have not at all adjusted the driver's seat from where I would comfortably sit driving the vehicle. You can see your second row of seating appointed very nicely. I'll hop inside, sitting behind myself, and it is a little close, but again, thanks to very intelligent design from Mercedes, the way those seats are carved away, I can actually sit here in a relaxed position without any worries. I'm not touching the seat unless I really try to, but it's a nice, comfortable place to be. As we can see, get a nice view of the front of the cabin there, and a nice view of the double glass roof just above my head. And also, headroom is not a concern whatsoever. Lastly, let's pop the hatch here to access the cargo area. You'll find original floor mats in very nice condition, all Mercedes-Benz branded there. You see the carpeting here in the back in nice condition. Now, you may notice the finish is a bit strange on these chrome pieces, but that's because this is still the factory protecting cover from Mercedes, so that can be peeled away to reveal a brand new trim piece that's never been manipulated or scratched or damaged. So it's really nice to see that. You also have this stowed away privacy blind that can be extended to, keep your cargo private and not visible from the windows. You also have power outlets here in the back and some lighting and some storage. So it's a really nice place to be. You also have those two latches which can drop down those second row seats, and a button here to drop down your tailgate, all of which works exactly as you would expect. Latches into place. So again, we have a beautiful listing for this GLK350 on our website at alphacars.com. And if you visit, you'll also find all of the relevant contact information. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.